mountain. Aline is my wife, she's sitting behind the camera there. And this is Os Trem da Roça. And right here we have our first log pile. And these logs, they are inoculated, they are planted with, with plug spawn of shiitake mushroom. So these mushrooms, they are delicious, and if you haven't seen the first video where we inoculated, we planted the seeds here, the plug spawn, you can see it right here where we planted it. We have chosen this style of shiitake production because it's much less time consuming than producing it in a substrate. As you can see, the hard part of this is transporting. After we inoculated, we transported it to the forest where we have a better environment for the shiitake mushroom. And we are in a very good weather here, a very good place to grow mushrooms. It's been raining for more than a month now, and as you can see, it was very hard to bring it down here. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going to produce shiitake mushrooms, because the logs are heavy and you need to get them green, like with full of water here for the mushroom to use. So right here we are on step 2, which is colonizing. We divide the production in 3 parts. So we say inoculation, planting, rooting, which is colonization, step 2 where we are, and step 3, which is fruiting, which includes also induction, like we're gonna put it in water, and that's why we have chosen this place, this forest. As you can see, we have a lake right behind us here, very near, where we're gonna put it in water when it's time. Lots of people don't like this method because it takes around 10 months for it to fruit, and that's a long time for most people, but not for us. For us farmers here, that we are used to wait for things and to deal with the weather. So it averages 10 months for it to start fruiting, but you can get it from 7 months or something like that. It all depends on how stable is your weather there. So we're looking for a temperature of around 20 degrees Celsius. Of course, we have different cultivars that you can choose, and we are looking for something of humidity over 70%. So if you can keep that for a long period of time, this temperature and this humidity, you're gonna get it sooner. It depends on that, if you can keep that stable, you know. We're not very worried about that. Our altitude here is 1,100 meters, so we are in a very high altitude here. Humidity is high, and we had like 2 months where it was a little dry, and that's when we're going to bring tarp, cover it and water it and cover it with a tarp so we can have the humidity controlled. That's the only thing that we're going to worry about, is these months that are a little dry. And even then, here in the forest, if it's dry outside the forest, here it's not gonna be dry, and we're going to do some modifications here too, so we can have it for a closer forest on the edges here, on the borders of these woods. We're gonna make it a little denser. And as you can see, we chose these because it's not time consuming, and we're going to get we spent 240 reais here, and each log we have 51 eucalyptus logs here, and each log we expect to get 100 from them, 100 reais. So this here is our through the whole process, it's going to make us something like 5,000 reais, which is very good for something that we don't have to spend a lot of time on. So on these guys here, we're going to divide our production into every month in inoculation. So every month we're going to inoculate 50, at least 50 eucalyptus logs, and we're gonna divide our production throughout these woods here. So we expect that we're going to have something around 1,000 logs here. At all times we're gonna have this 1,000 logs here in the woods, and every day that we can, we're gonna bring here and start inducing. There are several logs that you can grow like these, and we're going to show them all, that we're gonna test it. And this is it. Colonization. After a week and a half, I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna shift this pile upside down, and I'm gonna look for trichoderma infection. So trichoderma is a grain fungus that can grow on our logs, and we don't want that because it's going to compete with our shiitake mushroom plugs. So when I move it after a week, I'm gonna see it's too wet, it's too dry, I don't know. I'm gonna look for this infection, and that's where I'm going to notice if there is something that I need to change or not. So the only work that I have to do now in colonization is to keep an eye on the pile. So I'm gonna keep looking at it and trying to make it work and not let other mushrooms grow here. If something falls over it, I'm gonna have to remove it. I'm not gonna let grass grow over it. Any vines that want to grow here, I'm gonna cut it down. And that's it. That's the job from now on. And every month we're gonna increase one pile, and that's what we're going to be looking for. When we do the colonization step. It's a pretty simple thing to do. Just needs a little bit of attention, a little bit of knowledge, and you're gonna follow this. You're gonna be able to see all of our learning curve here, and if you have comments that can help us with this production, please leave a comment below. And thank you very much for watching our video, for liking it, subscribing, commenting. Really thankful for you guys watching our videos. Thank you very much, and bye bye. See you soon.